everybody, and welcome back to Fezz Of A Kind. I hope you've all been keeping well, and a big thank you for your patience while the next video has been in production. It has been a very unfortunate and very frustrating couple of months. Those of you who know us personally know that we have had a very unlucky time since about January. Originally, we were going to move to a house that had a garage. In the garage is where we was going to do the welding and the painting and everything like that for Fezz, and not bring it back onto the road until it was 100% done as far as the plans were concerned. Unfortunately, the current circumstances have kind of pushed us forward a little bit, so we're just going to be focusing on the welding and getting the Fiesta structurally sound again, and just getting it an MOT and being safe to drive once more. It doesn't mean that the rest of the work isn't going to be done. It absolutely will, and all being well, it will happen before Ford Fair, where Fezz is supposed to go on display for the first time, which is the 10th of August. 10th of August at Silverstone, but please double check that date. So carrying on from last time, we got the outer wing off, and upon taking that off, discovered that the inner wing was just in pieces and very much falling apart. So I made the decision to, while it's off, while we're here, while all the dashboard is taken away and everything like that, we may as well replace the inner wing so that its integrity is solid then for a much longer period of time. Swap the inner wing with the new one, put the outer wing on, and then be able to move on to the bumper, take that off, put the new bumper on, and then hopefully find a way to get it to start, because it has been sat still since around about mid-August. It hasn't moved, so I'm sure starting it again will be a bit of a challenge, but you know what, we will find a way. We'll probably end up doing oil swaps, water, everything, because as I say, it's just been sat solid for coming up for nearly a year, give or take. So the rest of this video is basically going to be doing that. It'll be welding in hopefully as minimum wind as possible. It doesn't have to be a pretty job, it doesn't have to be perfect, because the areas that are being welded are not really in eyesight or line of view, which at the end of the day, it's going to be fantastic no matter what happens. The inner wing, as you see in the last video, it was just in pieces. So if anything, I'm excited to have all this work done, even if it's not the full way as originally intended. It will just give the Fezz a second chance to just kind of be reborn in a way, especially with the whole colour debate. I mean, I still am not 100% sure what colour. You might have seen that I put it up to debate, and I really wanted everybody to make the decision for me, because I just wasn't making the decision. And as much as everyone has made some really good choices, and I think orange is the most favourable colour, I'm not 100%, but I think I will end up going with orange, because I want to give Fezz a new colour, a new life, a new identity, to be look, this car is nearing its 40 years. I want it to be so everything it's been through. I mean, it had been through so much before it even came into my ownership. And obviously it's not my fault what happened, that's caused it to be written off, but I just want to give it a whole new identity and be look, this is what it's been through, but she's still standing strong and she's still running. She may become my daily again, just depending on what circumstances are at the time, and I would really love it if it was, because it is such a good car to drive. It's fun, and it's an eye turner, and I love hearing how everybody has a story about a Fiesta of some kind, they had one or their parents had one and things like that, and it's just amazing to hear it. So I'm going to be happy with no matter what happens. It doesn't have to be perfect. I never wanted it to be perfect, because I'm not a professional welder, but we are going to give it a go, and we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to be happy either way, just to have the Fezz back on the road and driving around once more. Before I get into all the welding work, there are a couple of things that's developed inside that I'm going to prepare before any welding begins. I really want the inside to try and remain as intact as possible. And I'm going to show you in a second that I guess a new, I don't know, life is starting to grow on the inside. I'll take a look. So unfortunately, I'm led to believe one of the common problems is because we have a sunroof. I've asked about this before with somebody who did do some welding work on it, who is pretty much a Fezz expert. So the kind of the draining pipes that run around it, I think has kind of corroded away, because it will often leak in rain, and my bodge fix is just to chuck a towel in between them and close them up so they don't get all over me. It's unfortunately going to have to stay that way just for now, but as you can see, some sort of mold and stuff has started to form, so I'm going to give those a clean just so the inside is nice and tidy. And as well, we've got some cobwebs and also some spiders living within the bonnet at the front, which obviously is not the end of the world, but ideally I'd like to just collect it and put it on the grass and get the engine bay looking as tidy as it can as well. I am playing a very dangerous game with my phone. It's wedged between the headrest and the actual shoulder of the seat, but you know what, it's just gonna have to do. So I've not really got any professional or proper cleaning kit other than some just some generic anti-bac. I guess I should have thought about this and seen if I got some special like mold remover spray, but I didn't, so this is just kind of where we are. Just sprayed it all over my hand. But you know what, it will do, and all that really matters is just getting it rolled off, because you know, when it goes for its MOT, I don't think they'll be very happy. You know, I'm not that they'll be checking up here, but it's not exactly invisible, and probably got more chance of it passing if you know, it's nice and clean inside and he doesn't think he's going to get diseases from mold. Oh, it's everywhere. So one of the other things about the Fezz that I kind of came to realise after the accident is that I wouldn't say mine in particular is mega rare, but it is an automatic, as well as being a GHIA or GHIA, depending on your pronunciation. So it kind of, I mean, I was going to revive it and save it anyway. This car means so much to me. You know, everyone always said to me, like, for the budget that you have and for, don't come at me, only having an automatic license, like, you're not going to find an old car within your price range. You know, you're probably going to have to settle for a little bit or wait until you get a manual license. And I thought, no, I want a cool old car in automatic for my price range. And believe it or not, that is exactly what I did. And I got Fezz on eBay bid, drove all the way down to Essex, met the previous owner, and they were incredibly lovely, and they didn't even want to let him go. They used to call him the Flying Bogey, which I haven't carried on the nickname, I won't lie, but still I could see how much they didn't want to let him go. But we keep in touch from time to time, and I obviously sent them everything that had happened last year, and I said, look, this is the plan, you know, do you still want updates, do you still want photos? And they absolutely still want updates and photos, so I'll be excited to show them the finished product of Fezz as well. So perhaps I was being a tad optimistic, thinking just my anti-bac was going to do the job. I have been scrubbing and it is not coming off, so I am going to try and get in there with like a wire brush or a toothbrush or something. And if that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna have to be patient and grab some mold spray in the next couple of days and give it another go. can't tell you how hard it is to record with your dominant hand and scrub with your non-dominant hand. But the toothbrush idea is working, so I'm gonna crack on and toothbrush scrub every little bit of that mold away. So I'll try and position my phone so we can sort of watch as I go along, but if not, I'll do intervals and then cut to the end. Something I was just thinking about as I was meaninglessly scrubbing away. It is really unfortunate what happened to the Fezz. Obviously, it's not great that it got written off. I'm not bothered about it happening from the point of view of, like, it's always going to have that mark on its history, because I'm never going to sell it, like, ever. Like, it's my pride and joy, it's my baby, and it will always be. So although it's not great, at the same time it did kickstart me into the whole, you know, YouTube channel and documenting everything that was happening. And, you know, I'm not saying YouTube channels are going to be, you know, something big and amazing, and I'm not trying to be something that, you know, I don't know if I am or not, I don't know. But either way, it's been the start of it, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful that I was able to buy it back. I'm grateful that the damage is repairable, and I'm grateful that I've been able to keep this car that's so important to me for so many reasons. Like, I'm just grateful, you know. It was bad that it happened, but I'm grateful that what's come of it is positive. Ended up making a quick trip to BQ, got some mold cleaning spray. I was able to tackle most of that. Obviously it doesn't look moldy anymore. It was like a foamy type of spray as well, so it really got into the like nooks and crannies. It does mean that I need to give like this bit another go, maybe in a little while, because it seems to have sort of clung on to this bit, which surprised me because I'm sure it's still like within here, but visually it's much cleaner, and it's less like in your face. So I'll have to give that another scrub, or see if there's some other kind of solution I can use. So the scrubbing is done. It's not great, but it's not mouldy anymore, or at least what I can see, it's not more. But the next part, or the next video, depending on how I upload this, is just going to be cracking on with the welding, showing you all the new panels, and yeah, just getting that next bit done and dusted. Good morning everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the inner and outer wing welding project on the Fezz. So we are officially going to be taking the inner wing off and putting the new inner wing on, and hopefully, as long as the rain stays away, we'll be putting the outer wing on as well. So preparation of taking the inner wing is continuing. The battery will come off, we've got to get all of this side off, and although I struggled greatly and did probably 1% of the work, the washer fluid is now off as well. Got a little bit more to go, and then we'll be cracking on with the inner wing.
Go.
Goggles on, let's get cutting. Okay, so now that the panel has been cut away, obviously I've come across a problem as such, just trying to figure out how it went on originally, because the panel that we have is obviously not the same shape as what the panel was, so ignoring this bit, but it's obviously got like a slant on it here where it went down to the end, whereas the panel, which obviously is not an original or anything, we're kind of cutting off at, like, how to explain it, like this end. So what we're going to do is cut this section of metal away so that it can sit against where it is at the top, and basically it can go onto this because this bit is still solid and further attached to like the rest of the structure. It will then give this some protection as well, and then it can sit as flush as it can against the rest of the body, so that when we put the outer wing on, it's got as much hold and structure as possible. So we are going to nip to Screwfix or Halfords if there's no grinding discs left, grab another one of those, and then come back and crack on and give it a go. So I've just come back to start the editing process of the video and realised I missed out like a key part of what like the rest of the steps are. But basically we're now going to try and put that inner wing on the inside of the structure rather than the outside, because that's looks like that's how it was before. Not sure if it's going to work or not sure if it's going to work out the way we want it to. It's going to require a fair bit more welding, apologies. It's going to require more welding than we thought it was going to be, but at the end of the day, like, I'm just going to keep trying, just going to keep doing whatever it takes to try and bring it back and just, yeah, see what happens. I don't think it's going to stop raining today, so like I said, I'm just going to have to leave it here for now and then see what happens in the next one. But like I said, as I was editing, I just realised that I never actually mentioned that part of what happened afterwards, because everyone's probably going to be thinking, oh no, it goes like this, it goes like this. I can see like where it can go and where it probably like might go, but I think the plan that we have is going to be the best for the car's integrity and structure and all that sort of thing. So unfortunately it started to rain, so just took Fezz in for the time being. Obviously if it stops today we'll continue, if not then just have to leave it here and try and pick up in a couple of days when we're next off and have some time to get that inner wing sorted. So thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.